It's quite, because we have crossover friendship groups a lot, don't we now?
Mm.
We're really screwed if we ever break up.
Why are you talking about that in our engagement video? Bloody hell. Don't add that in there.
I don't really know if I ever thought I'd end up with a ginger.
Oh, I'm not a ginger. Come on. Why are you making this
I love
horrible?
you. Stop picking your hand,
sorry.
you vile human.
Grim. I ate about 4 chicken breasts.
7 burgers.
7 burgers. No, I only had 1 burger.
How many sausages?
3.
That big.
I went easy on the potatoes.
Well done. We met through friends, and they were having like a garden party in late September, and Charlie wandered in late after having done a night shift and was probably half asleep. So we met at the party, went on a night out, ended up in a club called Fu Manchu in Clapham South in the Arches, and we ended the night sharing a meatball marinara Subway, and the rest is history.
That's not technically the first time we met though.
Oh, yes it is.
So the first time we met, which Paige doesn't actually remember, she came down to Cardiff. She doesn't remember, but I was at the same house party as her before that, and I think I described her as a worldie to her friends, but she doesn't remember seeing me or meeting me, so I was just like a fly on the wall, and she didn't even realise. It wasn't even that many people there, but yeah.
No, so it's not the first time we met, really.
It was the first time I met Paige, but she doesn't remember me, so yeah, I said she was a worldie. As in like gorgeous. Yeah, trying to be a bit more eloquent, but sure.
Worldie is not eloquent.
Yeah.
So I'm from Plymouth, and I have a younger brother and younger sister. We have grown up by the seaside my whole life. I did absolutely everything. Mum drove us to every single type of school club you can imagine. I've got to like brown belt, black belt karate. I've done all the grades of lambda and speech and drama, and then went to Bristol University, so only managed to venture up north a couple of hours, and then finally made the big jump to the city when I was about 22, and haven't left since.
Grew up in Bethnal Green, East London. Yeah, I was a pretty happy child. My mum and dad took me to all of like different sports. So swimming was the thing that like I was most into. My dad like really encouraged me to like do that. Was pretty good at a young age, and then got a scholarship to Kelly College. And then yeah, from there I just like continued swimming, did it all through school, made it to like national level. Yeah, and then got a good education, went to uni. So yeah, worked out all right. I was just like any other teenage boy that like, if any like sort of girl took my fancy, I'd like try and not pursue her. That sounds a bit weird, but you know, if they showed an interest, yeah, literally.
Didn't matter who.
Yeah, you go through a lot of different emotions when you're that age, don't you? Like hormones are a wild thing. Yeah, don't know, not really.
The thing is, the first night we met, we were both obscenely drunk, so it was just meant to be a bit of fun. I had moved to London like 3 weeks before, after having lived at home for a year, been at uni. I was like, this is it, start of my life in London. So he was meant to be a one-night stand. He was meant to be fun. So he was fit. So then he asked me out on a date, and I was like, oh God, should I go? I've only just moved to London. I don't want to like have a full-term relationship. I want to go be single. I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun. And then he took me on a date, and I came away and was like, had proper butterflies in my tummy. That's when it all changed. He really pulled out all the stops, and I didn't even want to go. I called my mum and was like, Mum, should I go? And she's like, yeah, be fine, just do one date. Doesn't mean you have to like fall in love with them. Here we are, 7 years later. But I came away and I had butterflies in my tummy, and I didn't stop smiling, and I was like, shit, I really like him. And he'd text me, and I'd like get that little smile, and he'd be like, oh, and it was kind of just grew from there.
She was gorgeous, funny. She just had like a nice energy about her. You know when you like meet people and you're like, oh, she seems fun, and that's just the vibe that I got from Paige. So then I obviously met her again, well, which she would classify as our first time, but was actually the second. So yeah, and then I just started talking to her, and things like kicked off from there. So I thought, you know what, shoot my shot. Let's ask her out on a date.
You took me out for dinner.
Yeah, we went out for dinner.
A really nice Italian.
Yeah, to a nice Italian, which we went back after for our first anniversary actually. And we shared, was it tiramisu we shared? Yeah, we shared a tiramisu for dessert. So for dinner, it was actually my breakfast, because I woke up at 5 p.m, having to go to work at 11 and then work overnight. So that was actually my breakfast. And then we walked down to where I was working and then had our first sober kiss by the river. Yeah, it was sober.
Cute,
yeah. I think it was just pretty organic. Like, started like messaging.
We always joke with friends that he never asked me to be his girlfriend because it just never needed to. It just kind of grew. So when we got engaged, I was like, oh, gone from housemates to being your fiance.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it was really organic. It just happened really naturally, and probably the first year was one of the hardest because he was working nights.
We were like on like
completely opposite clocks.
Yeah.
For a whole year.
Completely like passing ships almost. But when Paige was at uni, I would be sleeping, and when Paige was sleeping, I would be at work. And I would get into bed that she was just leaving.
It's a really strange dynamic.
Our bed was in use a lot.
For about
and not in like the sexual way.
No. Somebody sleeping in it 24/7.
Yeah. So it was Christmas 2021. Yeah, Christmas 2021. And Janie had got rings out, just all of these like family heirlooms essentially. And then I asked Tony if I could marry Paige, to which he unduly said yes, I reckon. Reluctantly. No, not reluctantly.
You hid the ring underneath
a
lamp.
Yeah, so I hid the ring underneath, not a lamp, it was like a fake plant pot, and it was just like burning a hole in our spare room.
I didn't even know.
Just there, it was just there.
For 4 months.
Yeah, this ring. Paige had these free tickets from work to go to...
On the
Eurostar to go to Paris. So then I was like, Paris, perfect. We've been there before, we had a really good time. So then I got a box made with the date engraved on it. So at this point I'd committed to a date. I had the date, so this was on the first day then we arrived into Paris. The whole day I was sort of like acting a bit skittish.
You were so weird.
Because I knew like I had this thing burning a hole in my pocket. Because I planned it in front of the Eiffel Tower, but I know Paige didn't want it to be in front of crowds, so it was like a few bridges back from it, much less busy. I was thinking of all the different things that could go wrong, like what if the weather's not great, what if what if that bridge is really busy, like we also had a dinner reservation
on a boat,
so it was like, oh, you can't, it's not, you know, a normal reservation's like, oh, you can be 10-15 minutes late. You're late for a boat, but when we got there was a little girl, maybe about like between 8 and 10, in like this Spider-Man costume, playing with a yo-yo, and there was no one else there. In my head I was just thinking, this girl needs to go away, because like if she goes it's perfect. And I was like, we're gonna have to come back here later, like it's so beautiful. And Paige was like, why are we gonna come back here to this random bridge?
11 o'clock, like shut up. I was like, it's just a photo in front of the Eiffel Tower, stop freaking out.
Thankfully they went, put my phone down, pretended I was taking a picture, it was a video, and then popped the question, to which she said yes.
I think I said a no a lot at first, and then I was like, oh yeah, please.
It's a cute video.
It's a cute video, you did well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's classic me. If you see the video, I am just like so skittish, and I'm like, no, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, yeah, I do want to marry you. I was completely shocked. Everyone says you think you know, and I was like, well, you kind of expect it. You've bought a house together. You're 6 years in together. All of that stuff. You don't really know. You didn't know it was going to happen then, because it could have happened at like a number of other times, and it like hadn't. So how do you know it's going to be then? So I was completely shocked. I've got to give it to him. He did very well.
I have 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10, babe.
Yeah, good.
No, you absolutely smashed it. It was so beautiful. It was just us. You had the Eiffel Tower in the background. It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
You smashed it.
Going from cafe to cafe,
Yeah.
having red wine and coffee.
Oh, I love Paris.
Bit of pastry as well. What a day! What a day!
I just don't like football. I hate it. And Charlie loves it and loves Arsenal. And it's the bane of my existence. And especially this year. Yeah, oh my God. It's so taken over our life, isn't it?
I haven't even watched that many games.
Oh my God, I know, but you don't stop talking about it.
It's because we've been massive this
Oh,
season.
God. So yeah, football. Stupid mundane stuff that I complain when you have like 7 pairs of shoes at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm like, oh my God, it's 1 flight of stairs, take your shoes up. Or you leave like half-empty cups of drunk tea around the house. And
I always
there's
finish my tea.
Cups.
Yeah, but I always
everywhere.
finish my tea, so they're not half empty.
So vile. Drink so much tea.
Is it my go now?
Yeah.
I want to list the things that
I know, I have
about
many.
you.
Go for it.
Right. You're always...
Why'd you have to start counting?
Because there's going to be loads. Right. You always do yourself down. I was like, you never like... You should be more confident in what you do because you're great.
Okay, well, that's nice. It's a shock.
That's actually like a sly compliment.
Yeah, that
actually.
was.
Yeah. You don't make enough tea.
I don't like
You
it.
could get better at. You could get better at that.
I don't really
There's
like
definitely
it.
scope for improvement. When you cook, it's like a bomb has gone off. It's a joke. It goes all over the floor. Like, how do you make? There's more on the floor than there is like on the plates.
I'm cooking you really nice meals.
Yeah, but it's
You should just
the
love
state
the
of it.
fact
I'm just
that-
I feel like I'm constantly like wiping up after you. What else? You get food all around your mouth when you eat. I don't even know how you manage it.
Because I like food.
What else? That's
I did that on like our first date when I had a chicken wing. It was on my
You
forehead.
end up with food. Yeah, exactly. Like on your forehead. Like, how does that happen?
But I enjoy food. Would you
Yes.
not rather be with somebody who enjoys
Of
it?
course. Like food is very important to us.
Yeah, we're foodies.
Like,
So
what else?
shush.
What else that annoys me about you?
No, thanks. Continue.
I'm sure I'll come back to it. I'm sure I can think of some more.
He's my person. He makes me whole. He's my rock. I look forward to seeing him every single day. I miss him when he's not around. He makes me laugh every single day. He is so thoughtful and caring and puts himself after others and thinks about other people. He is ambitious and is really driven. He looks after me and cares for me and is my support. He's my person.
She's so like thoughtful and caring. You like always put me or like other people first. You like don't even think about like putting yourself out for other people, which is like, yeah, it's really nice. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do all the stuff you do, but you do it because you want to make other people happy, which is really nice. She doesn't give herself enough credit for for what she's achieved, and she definitely should do more of that. She's beautiful. She's nice. She's always thinking about like how to help me and how like she can, you know, help improve our lives. You'll like randomly buy me like a little chocolate snack as a way of showing that she loves me. Yeah.
Think about you.
Yeah, exactly. It shows that she thinks about me. So it's nice. It's nice to be thought of.
You've made me whole. You made me a better person. Seems like you bring out the best in each other, so it's really, really lovely. Oh, I keep saying this. I'm really looking forward to being your wife. I'm really your wife. It's quite fun, isn't it?
Thank you for always showing me your undying love. It's unwavering and like you're always there. And I know that you're always there.
Oh, okay.
And that, like, but you can take that for granted sometimes, and like, you know,
Yeah.
I shouldn't, because it's important.
Exactly the same for me. Yeah, thank you for always being there. Because you are. You're, like I've said so many times, you're my person, you're my rock. And I don't know what I'd do without you.
Adorable.
Adorable. And I think he's just going to make a really good dad because you're a good role model in it, like every way, and you're kind of like have a little you running around.
I'm gonna get them fully kitted out in the Arsenal.
Oh my God, no.
Arsenal baby grey. Yeah,
None of our babies are wearing Arsenal.
that's happening.
No.
That's happening.